Alright, this is John Colo with OKRod.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and we're here at the 2014 Woodstock Fruit Festival having a blast. What I'm doing in a collection of these videos here is I'm actually taking some of the pioneers and presenters aside and sharing some of the talks that they actually gave here at the event with you guys, because you guys were not able to be here in 2014. And if you want to come, there is a 2015 Woodstock Fruit Festival going to be happening in August 2015 for a full 2 weeks. Definitely you should come out. It's definitely a fun time. You're going to learn a lot of good information, but more importantly, you're going to have a lot of fun. And there's a huge, this is the largest raw, vegan, low-fat community anywhere from what I've seen. Like, I think between the 2 weeks, we had over 700 people here attending. It was just a great positive energy, and so many people made so many new friends, you know, that you just simply won't meet anywhere else. In any case, one of the talks that Megan gave, and to introduce Megan, Megan's been into a raw foods diet now for the last 7 years. You can learn more about her at meganelizabeth.com or check out her very cool YouTube channel at Easy to Be Raw. And she gave a talk on, basically how to deal with social situations on a raw foods diet. And in this video, what we're going to do is she's going to share the top 3 tips to not be socially awkward as a raw vegan. So Megan, tip number 1.
Well, so tip number 1 would be, when you're at work or school, there's a lot of, issues that can come up with eating lunch with coworkers and things like that, or people just asking you questions. And so I found that one of the best ways to deal with it is humor, and also just asking questions back. So, being confident in what you're doing, but you don't necessarily have to know everything about what you're doing to be confident. You just have to, know how you feel and be okay with expressing that. And, somebody says to you, well, so where do you get your protein? You just ask them, well, what is protein? Or, like, do you know how much protein you get? Because I know how much protein I get every day. So, a lot of times, just using humor and throwing their own questions back at them and asking them to answer that, it can make them think and not want to be so, curious, because they realize that, like, you're not questioning them about their crappy diet, so they shouldn't be bothering to question you about your diet.
Good point, Megan. So hey, let's role play real quick. So if I'm at your work, I'm the coworker, you're the worker, and you're eating like a salad, like, why are you always eating like that rabbit food?
I really love it. It makes me feel the best, and I don't feel like I want to take a nap after lunch. Okay,
then if I said something like, how come you're always eating so healthy? You're just probably going to get hit by a car anyways.
I would just say, well, just in case, I want to live the best life that I can live, and this is what makes me feel the best.
You look like you're starving yourself because you're only eating fruits and vegetables. Like, where's the beef?
I don't know. I feel like I got plenty of meat on me already. I don't need to eat anymore.
Alright, so anyways, you guys get the picture. Just keep it fun, enlightening, and it'll make you think quicker. Alright. And yeah, feel free to use some of these return responses. They work well. Alright. So anyways, Megan, what's tip number 2?
Tip number 2, is with family. A lot of times that we can feel awkward when we're with family, at dinner time, or when we have to go to family gatherings. That's one of the biggest things that I've noticed where there's an issue, because my immediate family kind of got used to what I was doing, but when I would go to family gatherings, people would feel uncomfortable when I didn't want to eat their food and share in that intimate experience with them. So a lot of times what you can do is, let people know ahead of time that you're going to bring such and such meal. You're going to bring the big salad for everyone. And usually what I do when I'm bringing a salad is I'll bring a big salad for everyone, and then I'll bring a separate big salad for myself. So I can just eat my salad. I don't have to worry about them eating the whole thing and me not having anything to eat. And then something else is that, people like, your aunts and uncles and stuff like that, when you're coming to visit them, they like to make something for you or get something for you specific. So if there's something that you can share with them that you really like if you say, oh, I just really love oranges, or I really love cantaloupe or something, I'd really love it if you could just get me some of that. And then that way they can feel like their job is done, and they don't have to feel like they're not able to share with you.
Wow, yeah, I totally agree. I went to Hawaii actually just earlier this year, and my aunt and uncle, they wanted to get me something, and like, what can we get you? I said, well, give me some organic bananas and some organic papayas. Locally grown only in Hawaii. And that's what they did, and I was totally happy. I feasted on some fresh fruit, and guess what? Got them to eat some more fresh fruit too. Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, and another thing I've had challenges with is, social situations, and it's always difficult. So one of the things I strive to do is focus on relationships, not food. You know, when you're visiting your family and relatives and whatnot, you probably haven't seen them for a while, and why talk about your diet? Talk about them, their lives, what's going on in their life, what's going on in your life besides diet. I try to avoid that topic, and one of the things that I find that works really well when you go to family events is to bring lots of nice, colorful juices. So, not necessarily green juices, but colorful fruit juices. Everybody loves a fruit juice, and if you want to take it to the next level, put some sparkling, like, you know, mineral water in the fruit juice to make like a carbonated fruit juice soda. But it's still 100% fruit juice. All right. All right, Megan, so what's tip number 3?
Tip number 3 is when you're, out with your friends. That's another area that can be, very socially awkward for a lot of people. They get into a raw food diet and they just isolate themselves and they think, nobody likes me, I don't have any friends, there's no one like me, I'm the only one doing it. But you don't have to immediately give up all of your old friends or all of your old habits. I still, when I first got into the diet, was hanging out with a lot of my old friends before I made all of my awesome new loving, hugging, happy raw vegan friends. And they would go out to bars, and they would go out to clubs, and they would go out to restaurants, and I still wanted to hang out with them. So I would do this stuff with them, and I just had my own alternative for how I would enjoy the situation. So when I would be going out, I didn't want people asking me why I wasn't drinking all the time. So I would just get like club soda and with like lime on it or something like that. And then nobody is really questioning you. And if I was going out to a restaurant, I would just make sure that I ate beforehand, and then I would just order a big salad and maybe, bring an avocado with me or something like that, or just ask for lemon, and just make it no big deal. Plenty of people order salads at restaurants, and it doesn't always have to be a big deal. And, going out dancing with your friends, going and playing pool with your friends, I mean, you can still do all of that stuff. Eventually, hopefully you'll find, new friends that like to do more of the things that you like to do, like be outside and be active, or maybe you can influence some of your friends and get them to join you in your new experiences. If you want to be outside and be active more, you can go hiking together and just invite them to do other things other than just, partying.
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. I mean, you're going to have a lot of new interests once you get into raw foods, like going to farmers markets. I find really fun for me, and, checking out farms and actually even growing your own stuff, gardening, definitely really cool. But yeah, I have noticed for me personally, Megan, is that, I definitely lost some friends because some of my friends were not willing to accept, my choices in life because they were so different from theirs. And then I kind of figured, well, hey, maybe that's not a true friend that's going to appreciate you for you, yeah, and not just simply like what you do or, specifically your diet. One of the other tips I want to give you guys is that it's so common in our society today that so many different things in our society and get-togethers are always focused around food. So I want to challenge all you guys out there actually to do things that are not focused around food. And this is a new way of living, and it's a new way of thinking, and it's just fun. There's so many things to do. Then, if you're like a single person going on a date, you don't have to go out to dinner. You could go out to go miniature golfing, you could go indoor rock climbing, you could go bowling, you could go out for a walk, you could take your dogs for a walk, you could go hiking. I mean, there's so many other things to do besides just going out to eat. And, I actually, that's one of the things I don't try to focus on. I don't try to go and focus on going out to eat because I rarely ever got to eat anyways. I'd rather go to a farmer's market, pick the food, come home and make food together or something like that. And yes, of course, get your friends and family into eating more fresh fruits and vegetables, and they could hang out with you, eating the same stuff, and enjoy the process. All right, Megan, any other last comments or tips you'd like to share with everybody today to prevent their social awkwardness?
I guess you just gotta follow your heart and realize that there's going to be awkward times, but you don't have to be an awkward person, and that doesn't mean that you can't move past it and just keep following what you know is best for you.
Yep, I would say definitely one step at a time. By the inch, it's a cinch. By the yard, it's hard, whether that's for social situations or whether that means, going raw. I always encourage everybody to incrementally and slowly increase their amount of fresh fruit and vegetable consumption, because in the end, you'll be like the tortoise and the tortoise are here, and you'll be winning the race. So hopefully in your diet and with your friends, family, and in social situations. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com, coming at you from the Woodstock Fruit Festival 2014. Hope to see you in 2015. And once again, until next time, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best. All right, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. We're coming at you from the 2014 Woodstock Fruit Festival. Everybody's having a great time here. It's going on for 2 full weeks this year. So much fun. And besides all the fun people are having,